Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mr. Guy on Board Game Geek, bringing you our next episode of the Undercity. I believe this will be episode 4. And we are about 5 turns away from losing, which is not too bad, considering there's only about 8 turns. But we're doing pretty good, and I think we're going to be alright. I do want to cover a critical error that I made. I just want to make sure you're aware of it, so when you're playing, you don't make the same mistake. But let's go through that, and then we'll get right into the gameplay. So, it's about feat cards. So I don't know why it's clearly spelled out in the rules. Don't know why I missed this, but when you redraw feat cards at the beginning of the turn, you only draw 1, no matter how many you've used. So if you use 3, you only get 1 back. So anyway, I am going to draw new feat cards for this turn when their characters get started, but it will only be 1. So I'll make sure to do that correctly. So everybody, especially Michael Wibner, thanks for pointing that out to me. I appreciate it. And let's get going. So, what are we doing today? Well, we got one of our characters, Candice Gormley. She's attempting to hit this side quest over here. We don't know what that is. It could be any number of things, from an item to a special event to all kinds of stuff. We got our 2 other characters trying to get to the body and investigate it, this dead body up here, which is the agent we were coming to see, who was ambushed by some gang members, these thugs. And we haven't seen the boss yet, but we're going to have one pretty soon, I imagine, if they come out. And so let's just do that. Let's get going with the game. We're going to get started, and like the beginning of every game round of this, we're going to start with our event card. Booyah! Okay, we got an event card here. We're going to draw off the event deck and see what we get. It's red. That means red models will have priority, and it's ambushers. Place 2 crossbow thugs and a sword thug at a random passage. Wow, that's pretty nasty. I mean, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, but let's roll that and see. There's only 2 passages, one way up here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. So we're going to get a 2 crossbow thugs and a sword thug. That was unexpected. So let's roll. This is our location die. 1, 2, 3 is going to be up the top, and 4, 5, 6 are coming from the bottom. 1, they're coming from the top. That's okay. It gives us a little reprieve. They'll be coming from up here at the top of the screen. So there are currently 2 red crossbow thugs and 1 blue one, which means we're going to take 1 blue, and then reds, or 1 red rather, because there's 2 already. So we're going to take that one automatically, and then we're going to take another red because there's an equal amount, and the priority is red. So there are these 2 red crossbow thugs up there, and there are an equal amount of sword thugs. So we're going to take a red sword thug. So this whole group is going to be red coming out of here. That means when red things activate, they will activate most likely. And I guess the villains are calling in the cavalry to help fight them off, because we have been doing pretty well in destroying the enemies. That is our event card. And now keep in mind that throughout this turn, we're going to be looking at the red portion of the card for priority of things. So all the red models will take priority if that becomes an issue. All right, now let's get on with our turn for Candice Gormley. The first thing we always do is draw another, have another villain spawn. So let's roll for that and see where they come out. They're going to be at the lower part. It's going to be 5, which is a crossbow thug. There's only 1 left. So all of the crossbow thugs are now on the table. Look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crossbow thugs out. That is not a good thing for us, that's for sure. But now we're going to get to take Candice's actions. She's down here at the bottom. For her move action, she's going to go here, and for a non-combat type action, she's going to take a look at this side quest. So what does she find laying in the corner over here? It says misfit armor. I don't know if that's good or bad yet. We'll see. You've found several pieces of cast-off armor. You use them to enhance your own armor, though it is difficult to keep the various pieces in place. Keep this card, you gain +1 armor. That's wonderful. Anytime you can discard a feat card to gain an additional +1 armor until the beginning of your next turn. That is going to be with Candice, so we're going to put that with her stuff. And then nextly, you know what I forgot to do first before we did our actual actions was draw up her feats cards. She has 2, so we're going to draw 1 more, which we would just draw 1 more anyway. And we got brace shot and return fire. We don't need to use any of these. So she's got 3 right now. Unfortunately, that marks the end of her turn. That's all she's doing, really, was running over and grabbing that. Probably worthwhile. The armor point gives her 13 armor currently, and then she can spend a feat card to enhance that to 14. It's not a bad thing. But at the end of our turn, we're going to pull out the villain cards and see what the villains do now. Okay, villains are going to take their actions. What is it? Close combat. activate the villains closest to you. That's closest to her. So I guess as the crow flies, it would be these guys, but I think it's going to be these two guys because they actually they're closer than them by movement, and I think that's exactly what they mean when they say that. So we're going to activate the 2 blue crossbow thugs that are in the space with our man here, and I think I know exactly unfortunately, what they're going to do. So their priority, again, they have an AI at the bottom of their card, and I'll show you that quickly. I can put it up on screen too, but I might as well just show you here. You can see they have this, this, and this. Okay, so currently the priority is lowest health, but they're actually going to be able to, they're within range of both of those characters, both our guy Gardek and also Milo, the alchemist. They're in range of both of them. And they're going to do a steady, or what do they think it's called? Set shot, which means they don't have to move. They're just going to aim and fire. That means they get an aim bonus, which is going to give them 3 dice to roll for their attack instead of 2. Now, I don't know, logic would dictate they'd probably want to shoot this guy down, but the rules are saying that's not going to be the case. Let me just check that. I want to make sure, because he's in the space with them, so I don't think they can use their crossbows. I think they actually have to use their physical attack. So that would be, actually all they have is crossbows, so they have to use the crossbow. I don't know. I got to look that up real quick. I'll be right back. Just want to make sure that they're attacking the right guy. They're going to target the closest valid hero first. So that is going to be Gardek. They're going to level their crossbows and take shots at him. Good thing he's got heavy armor. He also has, well, actually has a feat card I thought we could use, but we really can't because it says against a villain that hits you with a melee attack, and we cannot do that. The crossbow is a ranged attack. Alright, so there's going to be 2 crossbow attacks against Gardek. And they don't have to move, so they're just going to shoot him. And that gives them a accuracy of 4. They get to roll 3 dice, and they have to overcome a meager defense of 11. Let's see what they can do. Well, that's 8, 9. So that's plus 4, that's a 15. At least it's not double, or plus 5 over the attack. If you hit with plus 5 or better, wait, that's damage. I take it back. Anyway, we're going to do damage next. Okay, now their power is 8, and they're going to only roll 2 dice for this, and Gardek's Stonebrow's armor is a 15, so we got a good chance of it deflecting. And with a 3, that's 8, 9, 11, does not penetrate the 15. So again, the crossbow bolt bounces off of Gardek's Stonebrow's armor. He's a heavily armored guy, as you can see. Okay, now we're going to roll for the next crossbow thug, and again, they did hit without a doubt. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 34. Yeah, okay, we're good there, and then we're going to roll 2 dice, and we're going to roll for damage. Again, 5, it did not do damage, did not penetrate. So a 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 against a 15 armor. Bink, bink, those 2 crossbow thugs shoot and do nothing to Gardek. That is awesome. Speaking of which, we're going to move on to the next turn, which will be Milo. Okay, first thing we're going to do for Milo is roll to see about a villain coming out. Now, there are no more crossbow thugs to come out, so it's going to have to be a sword thug, I hope. And, well, it is anyway, even by the roll. So it's a 1 and a 3, so we're going to have a sword thug up here with this big crew. And the reason it's blue, the reason I'm putting a blue one down is there was 1 more blue than there were reds. And even though the priority is red, if there's 1 more, that color goes out. So I hope that makes sense to you. Anyway, now we're going to go on to Milo's turn. Now Milo does only have 1 feat, so we're going to draw 1 more feat for him. Let's see what we get. We get parry this card. Play this card when you moved out of a space with an enemy in it to ignore a free strike. That's pretty good. Or clear. Play this card to skip explosive grenade damage rolls against friendly characters that turn. That's good as well. Now, and so he's got 2 clear actions. He may actually use those. Or he might, see, Gardek's going to blow through these guys. I think we're going to attack first and then move into the space. He won't get his action this turn, which, I think that's going to be okay. We want to get rid of those guys before they attack way up there. So he is going to use an explosive grenade. This is an AoE attack with a power of 5. And let me see if he's got anything to beef that up. He doesn't, but he does have a reroll available to him. So let's go roll the dice. Remember that he has a power of or an accuracy of 5 on this grenade, and it has a range of 2, which he is 1, 2 away, and then it'll hit everybody there with a power of 6, I believe. Oh no, power of 5. He doesn't actually have to roll to hit. That's one of the beauties of an AoE attack. When you throw it in space, you don't roll to hit. They all automatically hit, but it's power of 5, so it's not the weakest, it's not the strongest attack possible, but it can still do a lot. We only have to do damage to kill them. So let's go roll the dice for that. So there were 3 red crossbow thugs and 1 blue blue sword thug there. So let's first roll against that. Now he has not moved, and he is going to move, so he's not going to get. He's got his virtuoso though. His feat virtuoso. Once per round during your turn, you can discard a feat card to gain an additional die roll on all attacks and damage. So he's going to do that. I think he's going to spend this one, this feat with the parry card on it, and get a +1 die on all attacks. So he's rolling 3 dice plus 5 on the damage rolls for this grenade. Let's see what he does here. So 6 now. Remember the sword thug there has a defense of 12. I'm sorry, an armor of 12, and this is way more than 12 when you add the +5 in. So we have killed the blue sword thug. He goes back in the pool. We gain another experience point for that, but we're not done yet. We still have the 3 red crossbow thugs. So the first one clearly got him too. Boom, he is dead. These grenades are powerful as long as you can keep them out of the area of friendly characters. And then we got 1 more. Remember, this AoE attack, so it gets everybody there. That one might have missed. Let me see. That's 10, 11, 12. No, it did not, because it's a power of 5. So you add 5 to your roll. So he did not miss there. That is another red crossbow thug gone. Hey, you know what? Actually, I was mistaken. There's a red sword thug and 2 crossbow thugs up at the top. Doesn't really matter. We're going to take out the red sword thug now. So 4, that's 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is equal to, you have to beat their armor. So he actually failed in killing the sword thug. That's okay. He got 3 guys there out of 4. That is pretty darn good. Good job, Milo. Now he's going to move, but point of clarification, if he had chosen not to move at all, he could have hucked that in there and gained a 3rd dice anyway, but because I wanted to move, I felt I had to use that feat. So he's moving in here. He can't take the action because he already took an action, which was to throw his grenade. So he is here with the body, though, of the agent, and we will uncover it in a moment. But that marks the end of his turn, so now we're going to have to draw a villain card. Okay, let's see what happens. Crimson Carnage, activate up to 2 red villains. Closest to you, there's only 1. If there are no red villains in play, activate one of the villains closest to the player to your left. Okay, well, there is a red villain. That's the good news. There is one, and his target is priority is going to be highest initiative, but it doesn't matter. Well, they're both in range. Milo's got the highest initiative, but this guy's closer. As we've read, the closest one goes first. It's only for tiebreakers. So this red crossbow thug here, down here, is going to shoot again at Gardek. Why they're doing that when they realize it never seems to get through his armor, I don't know. Okay, now we're going to roll it again. He's using a set shot. He does not have to move. So we're going to roll 3 dice against with a an accuracy of 4 against Gardek Stonebrow's defense of 11. And again, it hit big time. So now we're going to roll 2 dice for the crossbow thug's damage. Again, now this is where Gardek shines. He's got an armor of 15. The crossbow thug has a power of 8. But he hit, and he hit big time. So that's a 19. Well, the good news is it's only 4 higher. Just almost did 2 points of damage. If he had done if he had done 1 more point of damage there, he would have done 2 points of damage to Gardek. But as opposed to that, he did do 1. So Gardek, after regenerating his hits the last turn, is taken another point of damage. And that's going to end the villain action phase. But we still have Gardek to go, which is pretty awesome. Of course, that starts by streaming the endless oncoming of villains, which we're going to do a 6 and a 4. That's going to be a crossbow thug in the bottom space. So there's now a 3rd one here. Bummer. They're piling up. Gardek's got to get in there and slay some of these guys and keep killing them. But he's going to do that right now, so let's do that with him. So Gardek only has 1 feat card, so we're going to draw another one. Now if he was full with 3, he wouldn't draw any, but what does he get? He gets boost, Play this card to boost one of your rolls. And invulnerable. Play this card to gain +2 armor this turn. That does almost make him invulnerable. That's amazing. Might even use that since he's the best target for the villains. I'm not sure. But to start with, he is going to attack. And we're going to use his great strength. He gets to choose one every turn. And we're going to use mighty because I want to kill the guys in front of me. And he's going to use his axe and shield to attack them. You're supposed to declare all these things in advance, so that's why I'm doing that. He's going to use his axe and shield to kill these two guys. It doesn't really matter. He'll do one of the guys with his axe. Even mighty doesn't give him a better chance to hit, just a lot of damage. Yeah, he gained 3 dice on damage. He's still going to do it. But you see that his axe has an accuracy of 6, so he's got to add 6 to this. He just needs to be to 12, so he needs to roll 6 on 2 dice. Odds are pretty good. And he does. So he didn't do 2 points damage, didn't need to. Well, actually, that's the hit swing, so that doesn't really matter. It's only on damage rolls. Now he does get to roll 3 dice on damage against a 12 armor. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and he's got a power of 9. That would have done 2 points to him, or 2 points to the crossbow thug. So this one is dead as well. Boom. My suspicion tells me that things are going to change greatly when the villain comes out, right? So we're going to attack the other crossbow thug there with 2 dice. Wow, he maxed that out, so he definitely hit. And I only rolled 2 dice. I should have rolled 3. No, that's right. 3 dice for the damage. So we're going to roll 3 dice now. And yes, he walloped him with the damage and killed the other blue crossbow thug that's in the space with him, giving him another experience point. Boom. Pretty good, pretty good. We are doing them in, but now we have to take the actions of the villains. Okay, let's see what we get here. Crimson Carnage again. I thought I just did that one. I did. So activate up to 4 red villains. There's 3 of them on the board. So let's do that. Booyah. So we're going to activate the 4 red villains. So the first one is these 2 crossbow thugs here and the sword thug here. Now, if I look at the sword thug's priority, he is 1, 2, 3 away, so he's going to have to advance or pursue. He's going into pursuit, which means because he can't rush, he has to be 2 away to rush. So he's just going to move up 1. That's all he's going to do. He's moving up to here. Now, the 3 crossbow thugs, though, are going to get to shoot at Gardek again. And I did not use his invulnerable thing. It says play this card to gain +2 armor this turn. I could have played it earlier, I guess. We'll see. I think we're going to pass. He's still very healthy, and he can regenerate on his next turn if he absolutely needs to. Now that I understand I got the feat rule down, I feel I need to be more judicious with our feats. So they're all doing set shots. They all get to roll 3 dice against Gardek's defense of 11. So the first one hit, and then he gets to roll 2 dice with a 8 power. So a 6 and an 8 is not going to it's going to miss again, isn't it? 8, 9, a 14. Yeah, so it missed by 1. The second crossbow thug shoots at him. Man, that Gardek's shield and armor is really good. He hit, and I think, okay, that time we did do damage. So he took another point of damage. So we're going to flip this over. And then we have 1 more crossbow thug to go. Now he's using his set shot, which means he gets 3 dice to hit. I have 4, 5, 6, 7. I think they have a 4. That's only an 11, so that actually you have to meet or beat a defense, and Gardek's defense is 11, so he still succeeded in hitting him. But remember, you have to exceed armor, so which he did with an 11. So Gardek took another point. Now, if this guy ever rolls a 12 on damage, 12 or better on damage, Gardek will take 2 points. But they haven't done that so far. However, as they've been pounding away with crossbow bolts against Gardek's armor, it has been weakening, and he's been starting to take some damage. So, guys, that ends our round with Gardek Stormbrow taking the brunt of the attacks. Actually, that was supposed to be red. He only took 1 of these because 1 of those guys is blue, so I take it back. That was all the red guys. He only took 1 point of damage that turn. That's awesome. I'll leave that one up and put this one down. So, anyway, guys, I'm enjoying this game. It's got enough meat to it to make me feel like I'm thinking about some things, but it's light enough not to make the rules too cumbersome. That's a good balance in a dungeon crawling type adventure game. And again, I think things are about to turn for us because there's some events as we get close to the end where the villain themselves will come out, and we'll have to fight the villain. That could be a scary thing. We'll have to see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Again, thanks for subscribing. I'm getting closer and closer to 2,000 mark. Help me get there, guys. Show me some love. Help me get to that 2,000 mark. Really appreciate it. I will talk to you soon, though, and you'll see me in the next episode. So expect that to be coming your way probably this weekend, and take care.